Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Beyond the Summit studio. I'm your host, LD. I'm joined by Merleezy. His second to last day here before he goes back to Chicago.
Are you sad? Who are you going to cast with now?
Gonna miss you, buddy.
Without Rumi.
Ruminous is retired, so I'll just be here with the Panda.
You don't have too many events until TI3, luckily.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. There's always more in the pipeline, but this one is the Corsair Summer Tournament 2013. It's your opening day of playoff action. 8 teams in the playoffs right now. Fnatic versus Mousesports is the set. Currently, Fnatic leading that series 1-0. If you haven't already heard, you can head over to gc.corsair.com and enter for your chance to win Dota TV tickets as well as a computer that's being given away. Pretty stacked from what I read. But with that being said, Merlini, you watched a little bit of Game 1. It was a little chaotic.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes is like, hey, let's just die. Like the Furion dying and then Fada dying, and it was...
And the puck feeding the gem away multiple times.
After watching Eastern Dota, it's just very
Maybe
strange.
The Eastern teams are too safe, but sometimes the Western teams maybe a little bit too aggressive.
I'm going to jaunt here just so I can get one Visage Familiar kill like
YOLO!
40 minutes into the game.
All right, so Fnatic on the dire side in this game, guys. They banned out the Lone Druid, Keeper of the Light, Shadow Demon, and they have selected Visage Naga. They didn't ban Bat, and Mousesports will snap that up.
Yeah, I don't know if that trade-off is worth it at all.
Yeah,
like
that's very unusual to see.
Yeah,
and they've also given away the Fata puck as well.
You ban Keeper Light if you want to do push, or I mean, it used to be if you were scared of Keeper Light Phantom or Keeper Light and Phantom Lancer, but with PL kind of on the back burner, I'm not exactly sure why they would ban Keeper instead of Bat. Bat, you're like always scared of. Even if you have a Shadow Demon, even if you have like good counter initiate like Naga Siren, it's just such a pain in the butt to deal with. You lose most one-on-one situations, and once he gets a blink dagger, you lose most mid-game skirmishes. He has excellent control over Roshan, and the turn rate is pretty much like a AoE stun. You're just like turning and you can't do anything.
The other thing is that even though Batrider is a single target initiator, he's so friggin' good at it that he's really annoying to push against.
Yeah.
You try and push at him, he blinks, he lassos, he force staffs someone completely away from your team, and if Naga's not quick on the reactions, then...
And the flying vision is like way underrated. I remember when Visage had the flying gargoyles with the flying vision, that was so imbalanced. But flying vision is one of the stronger
Visage
things.
Used to have, what was it, 8 or 9?
8 or 9 familiars.
They had maybe it was 7.
They had like full daytime vision too.
You just have a flock of birds.
There's like no way you could fog, and like at competitive level, like fogging is a really important deal, especially if you're an initiator like Puck or Naga or Magnus. You always stay in the tree line, but Batrider just messes all of that up.
So Fnatic go back for a gyrocopter. They take this away from Mouse, who have been favoring it as one of Black's more common carries as of late. We haven't seen as much anti-mage, and I'm really curious to see how Fnatic wants to play this, because they banned Lone Druid, one of the better pushing heroes, something they have run a decent amount on Trixie in the past. They then banned one of the better counter-pushing heroes in the Keeper of the Light. Now they go Night Stalker, so the strategy starts to take shape. They want to tower dive early. They want to find a lot of early kills. They've got great burst damage. Decent lockdown, a bit lacking on AoE though. This is a team that really wants to snowball.
Yep, I mean they're going all out on kills. It's pretty strange to see teams go all out aggression versus a Batrider too. But Batrider is pretty much good at everything, so I guess you can't really have a strategy that counters Batrider.
Yeah, the strategy for counting Batrider
is to ban him.
Yeah, is to ban him. You see teams do things like they'll pick Disruptors, you can glimpse them back. You pick Shadow Demons, you can disrupt the Batrider or whoever's lassoed. It always seems good in theory. You can theory craft it all day. It never works.
And Night Stalker's pretty good versus Puck, though. I think the matchup isn't too heavily in favor of Puck, especially once Night Stalker hits like level 6 around nighttime. That's when he can really start crushing Puck. Puck is extremely vulnerable to silences, and there aren't too many silences in today's competitive play. There's rarely an Orchid, and I guess Puck is pretty much the main one.
Yeah, there's Puck.
Yeah.
If only you could pick a mirror mode matchup.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, he also lanes pretty well against Puck because his armor and base damage are so ridiculous early on that even though Puck's a ranged hero,
and you can
still
the void
pretty well.
Spam the void on the creeps.
And
Get that extra money.
A lot. Yeah. Hala hala get Dala. For Fnatic, though, it looks like they have their tri-lane here. Gyro, Naga, Visage. They've been running Naga as a support on the Mousesports side. Generally, it seems that's how the European teams are favoring it. We've seen that a lot more from the Asian teams as well. So then that means for Fnatic, who is Trixie going to play? Who's that other solo? There's a Nature's Prophet on the pool. That would be the one I'd think of first, but he doesn't lane particularly well against Batrider. Struggles a bit against Puck as well.
My bigger question is, what is Mouse going to use for their carry player? Who's Black going to play? Because that's really going to dictate how aggressively they play. Because if they pick Gyrocopter, we see them take like more early engagements.
Fnatic
yeah. So if they pick Gyrocopter or Lifestealer, they take earlier engagements. If they take Anti-Mage or Phantom Lancer, he just doesn't fight for 20 minutes.
This is not. I mean, this just doesn't seem like an anti-mage game to me. You have this Night Stalker Silence, you have the Naga Net, and the Night Stalker Silence is one of the single best ways in the game to gank anti-mage until he gets Manta Style, which is a long way off, even if you have free farm. And he's not going to have a good time farming in the lane either. So they'll go Jakiro. They're going to hide their carry until the last pick. I'm trying to think what else Black has been playing, but it's mostly been the Lifestealer, the Gyrocopter, once in a while Lone Druid. I'm
not exactly sure which one would be
Anti-Mage
best.
here or there. Phantom Lancer very rarely, but I don't think any of those heroes would fit, and most of them are banned anyway.
Yeah, we may see like a pocket carry, like Faceless Void is so-so.
How about Phantom Assassin?
Phantom Assassin? Phantom Assassin is not bad. It's not great. They have so much magical damage, though. Blur is not really going to do too much.
Yeah, it'll be okay against some of the right clicks, but there's, like you said, a lot of nukes.
You can always Blink Strike during that, too.
Oh, there was actually an Alchemist available. Wow. Now
there's still an Alch? Oh, wow.
I didn't even realize that. I think they actually should have picked him instead of
I just
Jakiro.
assumed that hero's like auto-banned.
Because you know Fnatic already have their two supports. So if you hold off on the Jakiro, I think that's fine.
Well, I guess Mouse doesn't really care about Alchemist because they almost certainly know that was available.
That's another big black hero, though, and it's gone now.
Big black hero?
Well, Fnatic, what are they going to do here?
They might pick Shadow Fiend, the other big black hero.
Stop it. Just stop. Bad Merlini. Nature's Prophet available for Trixie. One of his go-to heroes. Outside of that, I mean, I don't think I have not gotten to cast too much Western Total lately, so I'm not completely up to date on how these teams are drafting, but I mean, I always
There's
see
still
Trixie
Weaver
on Prophet.
too.
Yeah.
But Weaver's not a black hero either.
It's also very vulnerable to Batrider, Puck, and Rubik. This is not really the ideal game to be a Weaver.
For Mouse, I mean, I think it'd be
Oh, Fnatic will go Mirana. So they get
bringing it back.
Yeah, a hero that won't die to Batrider. I still think gets outlaned pretty heavily there.
Yep.
But not going to die. They can't really run the Night Stalker safe lane, so it's pretty much got to be a Batrider safe lane. You assume Fnatic will go aggressive tri lane here. Mirana is not a strong solo offlaner. They could run Gyro safe lane and then a Mirana aggressive tri lane though.
Yeah, I think securing farm on a Gyrocopter is much more important than Mirana, just because Gyrocopter is he just scales so well with items. If you rather have a farm Gyrocopter or farm Mirana, it's almost always a farm Gyrocopter because Mirana, all she needs to do is like hit arrows after the Naga Siren, get like level 6 so she can save a couple of teammates and be annoying with the Moonlight Shadow. And does Moonlight Shadow actually make it night? That would be awesome if it was like Eclipse. I don't think it does. But why doesn't it?
Yeah.
That synergy.
I don't know. We had Bruno here. We should have asked him.
Yeah, but Fnatic has it's decent team fight.
Oh
Okay,
wow,
going with
really?
Spectre, I think is just gonna get manhandled. I definitely favor Fnatic's draft a lot more.
If somehow they do well in the lanes, maybe if the Batrider Puck snowballs, then
it's really on the two solo heroes.
Yeah, like their solo heroes have so much pressure on them though, because there's just no way that Mouse should win that tri lane.
Yeah.
If they do, Fnatic have just horribly misplayed.
And even if they do like somehow win the tri lane, Fnatic can just 5-man with Naga Siren, Sleep Initiate into like an arrow or like a Visage stuns or call down. There's like so much damage flying around from them and so much setup before Mouse can get BKBs. They actually don't have any BKB heroes. The Batrider's probably the closest one, and even then he's not that good.
And there's still always the net. So on the side of Team Mousesports, they trail 0-1 of the best of 3. It's the opening day of Corsair Summer Tour 2013 playoff action. 8 teams enter this stage. Only one can be your champion. Black will be handling the Spectre. Cinderin on the support. Jakiro played the Naga last time around. Pos handling the Rubik, the 5 position for this team. Fata, your solo mid puck, and no surprises here. Koikfa, the offlane Batrider. On the dire side, you've got Team Fnatic leading 1-0. No tail, support Visage this time around. Look out for the micro skills. Hani, your solo mid Night Stalker, will be rushing the bottle. Has not been pulled at all. Era, as your tri-lane Mirana potentially, starting with an early Rain of Protection. Fly, handling the Naga Siren. Trixie, also starting with a Rain of Protection. Looks like they do want him 1v1 against the Batrider as he has a magic stick. And that concludes Fnatic.
And on the side of Mousesports.
Oh, we already
Oh,
introduced
we
them.
did? Okay. I was zoning out.
We just woke up, so
Well,
there you go.
in terms of laning phase, I was actually surprised that they were going to do a safe lane triple lane. I was like, oh, okay, well, they can just farm up until 6, but it looks like Fnatic is going to rotate down to the bottom lane.
So I like the way Fnatic are choosing to lane this, because I think Gyro does a lot better against Batrider. You can harass him from distance with Flak. If he tries to go on you, you've got Rocket Barrage. Mirana can only leap away, and leap actually is a very long cooldown at early levels. So I think running the Mirana in the aggressive tri-lane is a little bit stronger overall, and the thing is, like you said, they really need to secure Gyro farm, and he's got a much easier chance of doing it in the safe lane.
Yeah, and they have a ward for him. Should be pretty decent, and it can scout out if Koifa tries to do any shenanigans with Firefly trying to take out that big camp. But I already see illusion runes on bottom. They don't have any ward set up though, but Mouse in a very defensive position. I don't imagine Black getting that much farm early game, but that's usually how it is. Spectre versus triple lane.
Looks like Trixie managed to get off a Rocket Barrage and Koikfa, and that's going to hurt quite a bit, but we'll see if he can get back into the lane. Already spamming the sticky napalm. You can see Trixie, early Magic Stick, should be in decent shape. They're blocking the neutral camps early, so Mousesports, the tri-lane Spectre, you really just want to pull as much as possible and find levels, because you're not going to win in the engagements early unless Fnatic hugely screw up. Problem is, those first few camps, this camp has been blocked. I thought they had an illusion here, but didn't actually end up blocking it. And I think Fnatic have a great lineup to contest the pulls. If you go to pull, you get netted, you get arrowed, then you get soul assumption. You're pretty much dead.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna sit here. No Tail's just gonna sit there at 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and every minute after, just try and block it. They really do need levels on the side of Mouse. And I think all they need to do is try and limit Spectre's farm and then just wait for Night Stalker to go aggressive whenever that may be. Probably around level 7 or 8.
Trixie's had a great start top lane. He's actually driving Koikfa back on the Batrider. Koikfa, however, has picked up his boots. Generally, if you're up against Bat in the side lane, you do want to get your boots first. They've lifted up Era, but the net comes out on Pos. Who's going to be the initiator and who's going to be on the run? It looks like nobody. Good initial engagement there. And then they'll find the arrow on Cinnamon. Oh no, this could be bad. In comes your soul assumption. No mana for it, actually. Cinnamon should be okay. Does No Tail have the mana? He's close. He's not there yet. Now No Tail driven back.
Yeah, 174 level 1.
While that was happening, the Dire Courier died mid with Hani's bottle. Fata orbs in, it looks like, and picks it off. Welp, this lane just got a whole lot harder for Hani.
It's not good for Honey at all.
Night Stalker is one of the solo mids that tends to bottle Crow more than others.
Yep.
Because he can't really get the rune.
You really have to watch that as a puck. That's one of the few heroes that has like really long range with the spells. Queen of Pain's like really short at level 1 blink, but Puck is one of those few heroes that can actually kill your slow chicken as soon as he sees it.
That really hurts, and that's what, when we talked about Mouse, their solos having that dominant start, that's sort of what you have in mind. Finding solo kills, getting a bottle, and a courier killed early on. They didn't kill the bottle, but they denied it to the Night Stalker for the next few minutes. And now there's a haste run on Fata. He's leading 13-4 in terms of CS. And Hani, out of regen, is going to get zoned out of this lane pretty hard and has to be worried about potentially being tower dove. And if Fnatic TP to help him, then that frees up the Spectre bottom as well. So
yeah, that's just a rookie mistake. You can't let that happen, especially versus he's just going to lose that lane and then
rookie
Hani's
mistake from a veteran.
Yep. Oh, top lane, Trixie.
Trixie going for the big plays, or rather, Koikfa is. But
wow.
This is the thing. You really can't dive Gyro.
Koikfa's out
Meanwhile,
of
bottom lane,
too.
though, they've gone in. Era finds the first blood on Black, and now will back out. No Tail. Giving chase. He has Grave Chilled Cinnamon, but he'll back off.
Well, poor Black.
Action all over the map. All 3 lanes, and now Trixie's giving chase, but has no boots. I would really like to see him. I don't really like getting the Ring of Basilius over the bottle, or over the boots. I feel like if you just get boots early against Batrider, you won't die.
Mm-hmm.
But Trixie ends up living, so it works out for him in the end.
Koifa actually went for a 202 build. Typically,
No flame break.
Yeah, typically you get 1 level frame break just so you can push him back into your Firefly if he tries to run. But I don't know whether that would have secured in the first board or not. It was still very close.
You just went full Lumi, by the way. You said frame break.
Frame break? I've been hanging around a Lumi too much.
Yo.
I always call him Rumi now.
Ruminous.
Ruminous. Frame break? Wow.
You definitely said frame break.
Well, Mouse is actually getting a little bit on bottom. Spectre has more creep kills than expected. He has 10 creep kills, and mostly just because the wave's just been constantly
at the same time, though, he's died.
Yeah, he's died.
He's got a magic stick, and he's got a poor man shield. It's something.
It's something.
But it's not much.
And meanwhile, the farmer for bottom lane looks like it is the Priest of the Moon, only at 12 last hit, so just 1 ahead of Black. So the triple lane's not going terribly for Mouse. Sure, the Black has died once, but he's still getting CS. They're still getting levels. They were able to creep away once. So all in all, I think the bottom lane is like slight win for Mouse at this point in the game.
I think the big problem for Fnatic, though, is that Hani's just been absolutely slaughtered mid. He fed the courier early, Fata's now almost a full level ahead of him. Is going to hit level 6 soon. We'll have an engagement bottom. Black in a big bet in a pickle right now. Is he on the run or is he going to fight? Twin-headed dragon comes in. Cinder hits a huge ice path. Then a dual breath as well. No Tilster running. He could throw out a soul assumption here. He will find the kill on Black. But it's a 1-for-1 in the end. But a Spectre for a Visage. That's a trade that Fnatic will happily take. That was some great Twin-headed dragon play. But just not enough in the end.
Yep, Spectre, at least picking at one level of dispersion, you definitely need this, especially if you're versus aggro, just because or aggro versus triple lane, just because he's almost always going to be the target. They always want to focus Spectre down, even though he has Stout Shield, even though he has dispersion, even though he has Magic Stick, you just have to keep him down early.
So I want to point out something that you might not see a lot, especially in pub games, is that Hani's actually only taking 1 point in Void, because it has a lower mana cost, so it's a lot more spammable if you do that. As long as you're good with your timing for Void, you could still last hit pretty well. But top lane, Trixie chasing Quake, but cannot hit him with the call down. He will escape. Well, all things considered, though, that safe lane going really well for Fnatic. They continue to find kills on the gyro, or rather, on the Spectre bottom lane. And although the mid lane's not going well for them, Hani isn't dying. And now he has his bottle. Now he has his boots. He is still level 6. Nightstalker's not a particularly item-dependent mid either, so I think they're still in decent shape. And they go on Cinneren, though. There's your Starfall. Level 2 as well. Cinneren taking some good damage, but the Dream Coil's here. Fata's joined the fight. 6 minutes in, and he's going to clean up a double kill for his team. Orbing forward. Once Era as well. Don't think he'll find this Mirana. Still has leap, but...
Yeah, that's just has to do with Hani losing mid so badly. Fata gets a really quick level 6, is able to farm all up his items, Magic Wand, Boots, Bottle, TP Scroll, and then just crush the bottom lane. And overall, I thought it was, like, okay, kind of even because Trixie looked like he was doing pretty well top, almost rivaling Fata's middle, but now you can definitely tell that Miles has the advantage in both of the solo lanes.
Yeah, I think that's where if you're Fnatic, Hani's got to be calling, hey, Puck's level 6, and obviously they know he's had a good start. Don't tower dive. Like, they should not have been tower diving there.
Or they need a ward behind the tower just to scout it out. And they were like relatively far away from the tower, so it wasn't like a TP into the middle of the fight while they were Ice Path or Telekinesis. And it looks like Quakeba may be in a lot of trouble in top lane.
Setting up the gank top. The call down's here. The Grave Chill will ensure that it hits, and now Quakeba tries to run, but no escape. That bat is brought down to ground. Back to mission control for him. He'll wait for 18 seconds. Now they find a tiny bit of farm on Black thanks to that rotation, but another arrow's going to hit just when you think you can have some farm. You can't. Well, the arrow's going to come in. There's a TP from the Twin-Headed Dragon, and Fnatic will be forced back. But they force a TP, and they're the ones finding kills. Decent positioning for them. And the thing is, this Puck could still die mid. Even though Fata's had a good start, if you get voided and silenced, and there is a point in silence, you could easily be brought down by a +1.
Yeah, I am still scared for Fnatic's bottom lane just because with that one rotation already working out very well for Mouse, they have to be really scared anytime they're like trying to contest Black's farm. And I would like to see a ward out of them just because the TP gank during nighttime is very, very common, especially when Hani's just been sitting mid the entire game.
The gank's actually going to come mid right now. There's your Void to start, and this is what I mean about Fata just having a hard time escaping. They need one more Void, though. He's able to Magic Stick up. He had a lot of charges there, it looks like, and thanks to those, he'll live. But
yeah,
if he didn't have like 10 to 15 charges there, he probably dies.
Hopefully, Hani will make something happen with the 8-minute rune. It looks like they will be able to grab it with...
They're diving Synderen. There's your Nat arrow as well. Synderen throws out the Ice Path, but cannot catch Era. However, Spectre, having 3 points in Dispersion, comes in. Maybe Black wants to fight this. Problem, though, is that they have a little too much damage. Already, he's lost his Twin-Headed Dragon. Where's that Puck TP? He can't TP. He's at Fountain now. In it comes, but is it going to be a time? Black, one more Riptide would bring him down, but there is no Riptide. There's no mana for it. They overextend. They give up a kill. Meanwhile, the dive happens top simultaneously around the world. Everybody being dove. Quakefoot will get picked off. And now Pos. He's TP'd into a double damage Night Stalker. Not the ideal scenario. Trixie to live. Can even TP out if he wants to. He'll do it now. And there will be no Puck engagement there. But bottom lane, it's Fata. Playmaker extraordinaire. Trying to do work. Era throws out the arrow, but Fata phase shift dodges it. And now marches forward. He'll die, though. Blood spilled everywhere.
Yeah,
that was going on.
That was just a really great rotation by No Tail to middle. It was happening at like 7:30, and even though they didn't kill the Puck, he wasn't in fighting condition. He wasn't able to TP down bottom earlier to kill those 2 supports. He killed one of them, but they still lost one in the process. And then that also freed up Hani to get the 8-minute rune, which is the DD, and then they ended up getting a kill on top. So that gank, even though they didn't get a kill, it was still heavily in favor of Fnatic.
So there's some really big concerns here for Mousesports. The Puck dies, that delays the Blink Dagger. The Bat Rider has been zoned off the lane. Only 1,100 gold 9 minutes in. No completed Magic Stick or Tranquil Boots or any Power Treads or anything like that. Russia's Blink Dagger will be a completely naked Blink, basically. And then their Spectre's not farming. So all three of their cores, Fata's still doing decently. He's got his basics, but his Blink's a bit of a ways off. This is where Fnatic can look to press their advantage. For like the next 3 to 4 minutes, while it's still nighttime as well, this would be go time for them.
Yep, Hani smoked up, looking for kills, and there is a no-tail behind him on the Visage. So looks like they're trying to go for Poskin or Fada again. He has Strength Tress and 5 Magic Stick charges. I don't actually know if they're going to be able to do it. They failed last time. I don't think they'll be able to get it this time, but we will see.
He's wrapping around mid. He's planning an Observer Ward. There's
Oh,
Mirana
he's
ult to
orb.
initiate. Fata heading towards the top. Bruni's walked right into harm's way. Hani's here. The silence comes out. Do they have the Visage nukes in time? That's the big question. Grave Chill's there. Oh, well, Grave Chill to start, but Fata, orb cooling down. He's got it now. He'll head to the south. And he is going to live. He goes into the Ancients, though. The Ancients doing a lot of damage. They're still hunting for this kill. They know the angle that he's taking. The trajectory is there. Now the coil's deployed on 2. Where's the backup? Batrider's coming in for the sidelines. Fata just juking everyone. Now Koikfa marching forward. He wants to catch out No-Tail. Flame breaks there. It'll push 2 back. Fireflies and then pulls No-Tail down to the low ground. While that's happening, Pos gets picked off bottom lane. Koikfa, however, did not count on Trixie joining the fight as well. It is literally all 3 gankers on the side of Team Fnatic descending on the middle lane, but it's Mousesports who come out hugely on top. They end up finding 2 kills bottom, actually killing the entire tri-lane. So they kill the entire tri-lane there, and all Mouse gets is a solitary Rubik.
Yeah, they were
Or rather, all Fnatic gets is a
great
solitary
play
Rubik.
by Fada there. I thought he was dead for sure without his orb, but
How is it that there was 5 heroes fighting top, and of course all 3 kills happened bottom? I don't know. Or 4, rather.
yeah, I
Them's the
totally
breaks.
missed that engagement on bottom.
Yeah, so Fnatic obviously not in a good situation. Now, you'd think they would be with no Batrider and no Puck in the fight, but even Spectre Haunt not being used. But they're diving now. The illusions come in. Ice Path will catch Hani. Now Hani's in harm's way. He's really overextended for this one. The song will be there, and now they'll try to TP out. Can they get out in time? Cinderin? Or rather, Fly walking away. Still thinking of last game when he was on the Naga. But they will escape. This first nighttime, you got to say, it has not been very successful.
Yeah, not at all. I'm just surprised they went for that kill again on Puck. He tried to use the silence when his orb wasn't off cooldown. Maybe if No-Tail had had a little bit better positioning. He didn't actually have all his soul assumption charges. There's an arrow that flies on bottom, barely misses black. Actually, widely misses black.
And now the tower mid. Hani looking for the deny. Won't be able to find it. Fata will. Now orbing south. He does even have the Dream Coil, so maybe he can go back in for a kill if Hani's not careful. If you kill Night Stalker at night, that is so big. And there's your coil. Now he wants to go. Hani on the run. The Haunt comes in. Spectre's going to join the fray soon. Black's here. Look for the orb. The silence still preventing Fata from doing it. If he hits this orb, Hani will be dead. Still running. Orb is there, but he jukes away. And I think Hani may yet survive. Black forced to back off. There won't be any rotation. Fnatic not really counter-ganking that much here.
And Mouse has escaped with like minimal losses during the nighttime. And first nighttime's about over, about like 20 seconds or so. So I think that Mouse played very well. They countered the aggression. They were there for counter ganks, and they didn't play hyper aggressively on Fnatic. You really just have to be aware of where Night Stalker is and try not to give away a 4 or 5 kill advantage during the first nighttime. So I think Fnatic or Mouse played very well in that, especially the 2 solo heroes. It looks like we do have a Blink Dagger on.
Arrow's there. It might find Pos from downtown. Arrow delivers, and yeah, you TP in to help him. You're just all gonna die. They even threw the call down out. They wanted to secure that kill, and secure it they did. Now they'll take a tier 1 bottom. Fnatic leading 9-8, 13 minutes in, but in terms of gold as well as experience, they trail by about 3,000 gold. They lead by about 500 experience. And I think for Mouse, the fact that they've held on in the laning stage is really more than you could have expected, considering how weak that tri-lane looked. Now they've got the Batrider Blink Dagger. Still no blink on your Puck yet, but
Moonlight Shadow on bottom.
they can look to make something happen. I don't think they're going to find anything.
Yeah, I think no one there.
You know, Merlini, you mentioned you wanted to see a lane ward. They only just now placed one. If they had that through the previous dives, I think they either would have backed off or they would have been more prepared for the counter gank.
Yeah, we saw a lot of just overextension into this area. Fnatic, I mean, they only had like 3 heroes down there a lot of time. You can overextend, or you can just like stay down there if you have like 4 or 5 heroes in case Mouse TP's in, just because they're generally at a position disadvantage. But we see 3 heroes smoked up.
Smoke
in
gank
mid.
from Mouse, but do they know? Oh, Trixie's actually a little bit too far out. He had teammates nearby, but now they're not, and he is going to get picked off. First Blink Dagger gank, call it a success. Fnatic just not prepared. Their customary aggression costing them here.
And looks like they're just gonna take a step back, try and stack some Ancients, play passively during nighttime. But this is where Black's like, yes, I finally get some farm, and I guess they can't really keep up the aggression just because it is it is daytime. They don't really have that big of a lead. The kill advantage is still there is no kill advantage at all, and I would expect Fnatic to have like a maybe 15 to 9, 15 to 10 advantage by now. But without that, they're forced to play passively, and I think Black's going to be able to have some impact in this game.
Yeah, he is level 8. The other thing is Spectre doesn't just need items. He also needs a lot of levels. All this hero spells are important to max, especially Dispersion and Desolate. And already, he's got max Desolate. He's got 1 rank in Dispersion. We'll see if he continues to farm. Drums looks to be the choice for Black. And I think that's really what he should be going for. Just items that help him fight now. Fnatic, they could look to get this Gyro pretty fat. No-Tail's been stacking the Ancients with his Familiars, and now it's going to be a quad stack. So the Gyro will get big, but I just think in the mid game, Mouse have the clearly superior initiation. You've got the Blink Lasso, the Blink Coil, which is coming soon. Fata almost has his Blink Dagger. And that really limits what a Night Stalker can do. Because Night Stalker doesn't have a Blink Dagger. He's got to run in. And you run in, you get lassoed, you get coiled. He doesn't have a BKB. It's not going to be up anytime soon, although he just picked up an Overclub. So I think for Fnatic, they'll just have a harder time choosing fights. Unless they can use maybe Mirana ult to initiate. But that's where you would expect Mouse to be prepared, have sentries, or maybe even a gem.
Yeah, and by the time they start fighting, it looks like Fata will have his Blink Dagger too. And if Spectre chooses to go drums, I think he will, and he should. Nope, just casual Vid Booster. So Mouse is slowly starting to get their items, and Fnatic is not farming nearly as fast, and their items are just much bigger. They need like Black King Bar on the Gyrocopter and the Night Stalker, and those are still very far away. Even with this Ancient stacking, they don't really have enough control to farm much other than this side of the map, and definitely no control to do Roshan.
So Mousesports, of course, they just recently finished claiming the EMS Season 2 championship, or at least I don't know how they name their seasons actually, but they just won the EMS 1. They came home with a bunch of prize money, a lot of pride as well, took down Team Evil Geniuses, who also took down Fnatic. So coming into this match, you maybe would have given Mouse a bit of an edge, but who knows, perhaps travel has something to do with it. They'd seem maybe not in prime form in Game 1. Made some costly mistakes, fed away a gem multiple times, but in Game 2, things are actually looking decent for them. Pretty even in terms of gold, even in terms of experience. They have their double Blink Dagger combo up. They're pushing the top lane, and Fnatic are just hiding in the trees. Are they thinking Roche here? They're not. They could defend this tier 1 with Song, but
I think they know that all the people were top, though. Fata didn't have any sentry wards on him.
about to get killed.
Yeah.
There's your Blink. Firefly as well. If they knew he was there, then, well, where's the backup? That's what I ask you. Hani will go down for the Urn Charge here. I believe, well, there's your Flame Break. Finishes him off. Now the call down comes through. Fata low. Fata will fall. Synderen a bit too overextended. Now your Spectre haunt. Oh, this could be bad. He haunts in. Who will he go on first? There's your Song of the Siren.
Ooh, I thought he was actually
didn't.
Firefly.
He didn't reality in. And now he's going to go down mid. Did he reality into mid, or was that just where
Maybe
he was?
he got arrowed? I'm not exactly sure what happened.
Yeah, and then his illusions died right after that. That is super unfortunate, because if he was there, you certainly get the Naga, maybe you get another kill, and you live.
Yeah, timely Song of the Siren by Fly there, and them winning a fight during daytime is pretty good for them. I'm surprised that Fnatic wasn't actually prepared for that. They had Observer War right here. It got sentryed, but Puck wasn't the one. Puck was 6 slotted, so they know that someone had to drop the sentry. So if a support's there, there's probably more of them there, and it was just Hani just chilling by the tower. I would have liked to see maybe a Naga Siren there earlier, but the problem with Naga Siren is she's really good at disrupting the Bat Rider initiate, but if Bat Rider initiates on the Naga Siren, your team is just absolutely boned for a team fight.
Yeah, and they don't have anyone else who's great at it. Maybe you can Mirana Arrow, maybe you can, I don't know, maybe you can void the Bat Rider and try and slow him down.
Nothing reliable.
Yeah, there's no stuns, there's no Rubik Lift, there's no glimpse or anything like that. So there's no, like you said, reliable way to prevent the initiation from happening. Speaking of that initiation, now Koikfo will work towards a 4-staff. He's got his Staff of Wizardry up. And we'll see Mousesports. I think as long as Black isn't dying, they're pretty happy. But that fight, just because he died, you have to call it a significant victory for Fnatic.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what went on there, but yeah, Fnatic won with like 3 people on top and 2 people on mid, and they came out with, I think, two kills on that. It's pretty good for them.
We'll see what Black goes for next. I still think even if he gets something like a Drums, then goes Diffusal. We've seen some players trying to sneak a Radiance in. We know Sylar from LGD loves to do that, but this is a game where you look at Fnatic's lineup. Second Nighttime's coming soon. They're going to want to be fighting a lot, using Moonlight Shadow, using Darkness constantly at night, maybe having a BKB up by that point for Hani. So I think if you try to get greedy and go for Relic, you could end up just getting
I think he just needs a lot of HP. I think the casual Vid Booster is a good idea, and Drums probably too, but farming Radiance by second Nighttime is not going to happen.
Yeah, so we'll see what Black goes for. Generally pretty good in terms of adapting his item and skill builds to the way the game's developing. While this is happening, Mousesports, they're pushing the top tier 1. They still have the lane ward. Fnatic on the Dire side, will they look to defend? Trixie's in position now, has an Ogre Club up. Hani's on the hunt. It is nighttime now. He's popped Darkness, and he's chasing. Now Mouse going to beat a hasty retreat. They'll head back down the top lane towards the safety of the Radiant Tier 1. They'll get out. And then they'll split push. So basically, they just don't want to take too many fights against Fnatic at nighttime, and if they do, they want to have the hero advantage there.
Yeah, and just trying to buy time for Black. As if they can draw him to the top side of the map, then Black can make full use of his jungle. Usually you have to be a little bit wary about that when your T1 is bottom, but when your team is creating sufficient space for you, then you can farm it up.
Black still sitting at 5k net worth. Honestly, all things considered, that was an aggressive tri-lane that was very potent. In fact, at some points during the game, it was just a dual lane for Mousesports, and he has managed to keep his farm up all right. He's only slightly behind the Mirana, who was in that lane. He is significantly behind the enemy gyrocopter, but here comes the push from Fnatic. Very strong mid-game 5-man. Mousesports a little bit more reliant on unreliable teamfight spells like Ice Path. Here comes your teleport from Syndred. He's jumped right into the middle of 5 enemy heroes, and they're not going on him yet because there's a silence for the puck. Now the Ice Path comes through. Dual breast there, but now you're song for Fnatic. They want to disengage. Unfortunately, the coil gets dropped on 3. This is a perfect fight for Mousesports thus far. And now Koikfa over the top. Going on to Hani, eating Rocket Barrage to the face. Maybe not quite so perfect. He's going to go down. And now a triple kill for Fata. Oh my goodness, that looked so bad for Cinder, but then at the last possible second, the puck comes in, Blink silence is there, then right when they're about to re-engage, the coil's there. However, Fanta, right as I praise him, he might end up getting caught here. Hani voiding him. Now Trixie coming in, throws out the missile. The familiars are there as well. Where's the stuns? They're still cooling down. Pass on the run. In comes Black as well. He's going to find Trixie here. Trixie dropping to the urn. He will go down. When it's all said and done, I believe that was 4 dead for Fnatic, or was it 3?
Yeah, and even though Mouse is behind in gold, behind in XP right now, and just slightly ahead in gold, I think they have the very large advantage right now. They just took a pretty decisive 5-on-5 with Spectre still in his like infancy stages in terms of farm and experience, and I think it's just going to keep getting worse for Fnatic. They still don't have BKBs up on neither Gyrocopter nor the Night Stalker. They can't do Roshan. They keep letting Black farm on bottom, and they can't take 5-on-5s.
Yeah, I think one of the issues there is just lack of proper coordination from Fnatic. They saw on the Siren, then call down hits on 2.
Yep.
And then I think they untoggled it even after the second one landed, or right as it was about to. Song of the Siren is a setup spell. It doesn't do anything by itself, generally, unless you have the follow-up. And if you're not coordinating properly, it doesn't really help you. Now a Dagon up on Fata.
Era.
Oh, now he can just be the Predator. They're going to find Era. Look for the Blink silence. The Dagon will come through as well, and Era is going to bite the dust. Yeah, that hurts.
Oh, Hani's there, though.
Hani's here. He wants to fight. There's your call down on Koikfa. Trying to blink out. He can't. He was about to get the Blink Dagger, but now silenced, and I think they'll get the trade. 1 for 1. I think if you're Mouse, you're happy to 1 for 1, though, because you create space for Black, who is farming bottom, and now maybe he does go Radiance.
They took out his early T1, and he's just been able to farm this area of the map like uncontested for the past like 10, 12 minutes. When you have aggressive tripling, you never want to let the opponent come back when you've had a decent start. And they've been trying to busily defend their T1 towers, but I think killing Black is more important. He's sitting at 2,600 gold.
Yeah, maybe he does go Relic now.
Yeah. If they give you that much space to farm, why not?
This nighttime, well, we don't have all that much time left. Now Hani's been caught. Fata going for the big plays. Dagon is there. Tasers down Hani. Okay, Fata is really playing out of his mind the past couple of weeks. This guy,
yeah,
especially his puck, just such a force to be reckoned with.
I was beginning to question the first pick phase puck, but not when Fata plays like this.
Yeah, kills the enemy courier, which granted is more of a mistake from Hani than it shouldn't happen, even if Fata was playing brilliantly. But now in the mid game, perfect timing, great movement from him.
Didn't die to 2 ganks in middle with a Night Stalker and a Visage. Those were pretty big, too.
You compare the way these 2 solo mids have performed, 6-2-6 on Fata, 2-2-2 on the Night Stalker, just not having that big impact for Hani. And his BKB deferred and delayed yet again. And now Koikfa's on the hunt. He's got access to Firefly here, Force Staff now up as well. He could maybe make a go. Era, he's been spotted out, giving chases Koikfa. He'll blink in, he'll force him back, and he's brought him right into Pas, who can lift him up, throw him back down, but I don't know if they have the burst. Yes, they do. Mousesports, just the better initiation. The Blink Coil, the Blink Lasso, and now the Force Staff on the Bat Rider. Fnatic, Night Stalker just can't compete with that. He's got to run into you, and then you just punish him.
Yeah, he has so many things to worry about with the Bat Rider, with the Puck, and with a THD, without BKB, it's just nearly impossible for him to get a good fight in. And he's still about 400 gold away. Maybe once they get their BKBs, Fnatic can turn this around. They're desperately trying to control Roshan right now, but Batrider, king of Roshan.
Yeah, king of Roshan, king of initiation, king of the off-lane, king of the jungle,
King of Dota.
king of the bats as well. What a hero.
What a hero. What a hero indeed. Koifa has been playing pretty decently. Even though he's 3-4-2, he's been causing a lot of pressure for Fnatic, just playing aggressively up in this area, just making sure they can't farm safely, and making sure that Black can farm safely. That's the most important part of Koifa's job.
Yeah, and it seems like Fnatic have just kind of been duped into spending too much time responding to Koifa, running towards the top lane, and reacting to the pressure. They're the ones who want to be setting the tempo, but they can't. Not when Mouse is playing this well with their initiation. Fata smoked up and rotating through the enemy jungle. He's got that Dagon. Is he going to level it up? I really hope he does. We saw a big bad Dagon 5 Tinker last game. It didn't end up working for Koikfa, but Fata may look to one-up him here. Now Orbi into the tree line, scouting for any enemy heroes. We'll jump back, and looks like they'll retreat out, but all the while,
like, look at this right now. Fnatic is forced to play at their T2 during nighttime with a Night Stalker. That's how badly the game's going for them.
And
they don't know what to
jungling.
do.
Black's farming.
Yeah.
He's going to have a relic. Then what do you do? Even if they get Roche here, it's nice for Fnatic, but I don't think it changes the game.
They really have to make something happen in the next 10 minutes, though. I think with the way the game's going, the next Roshan is going to completely go to Mouse. Once Spectre has, like, Radiance plus next Aegis, it's, like, almost GG for Fnatic. So they really have to tone up the aggression, either bait people out with their BKBs or just 5-man and hope that Batrider doesn't find a best initiate. I don't like to be like, oh, you should go in this fight hoping that something good would happen, but Fnatic really does have to hope for something nice for them to happen. They can't really, like, force anything amazing at this point, just because of the way Mouse has been playing. They've been playing 4-man with Black farming. If they go on a 4-man, Black just goes in, he'll destroy you. And if you kill Black, which they haven't been, but if they were to go to Black, they would just constantly push top lane. If anyone farms out in mid or top, they'll just Batrider initiate, and you're just one down, and you can't just solo farm like that.
And now we'll see an engagement top. Dagger comes through. Fnatic will get the tier 2 tower deny. But that's gold for Black to get his relic, and it's delivered right now. So a 26-minute relic, make no mistake about it. This is a very late relic. It won't be a fast Radiance, but it feels like it'll be fast enough.
Yeah, a lot of people are under the impression that you have to rush Radiance for it to be effective, but that is absolutely not true, especially with a hero like Spectre, who has an abysmal early game.
And the other thing for Black in this game is he's got such good partners. Puck as well as Batrider. These heroes are so good at spreading the enemy team out, which means obviously your Radiance damages them no matter what, but you're more likely to get the Desolate damage
Here's
off.
the smoke. This is what they need to have. What they need to make happen.
Can they make it happen?
They need to try.
Black, he's getting close to the Radiance. No TP scroll up. It's just being no. The relic's just being delivered now. Oh, this looks bad. But
Hani's smoke up pops.
It did, and now bottom.
They have the ward there.
Black, he can dagger into the tree line. I don't know if Fnatic will be able to find him. He's still hiding here. He'll actually haunt. He'll spot out the enemy team, and Fnatic will beat a hasty retreat, scared off by the haunt.
Yep.
No. Are they going back in? Black tried to scare them off. I don't think they're scared. They're still coming. They want Black. Can they find him?
I guess they could probably scout with the Visage Familiars. Batrider's exceptionally good at scouting heroes like this, but let's see. Wow, he is
really screwed now.
Oh,
The
there's the
arrow's
arrow, though.
coming. He's up on the cliff.
Uh-oh.
Did they see him? Oh, he's gotten pulled back down.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh,
Oh no.
Black.
Oh no. Yeah, Black's dead.
Is he?
I think he's
It's gonna take forever for them to kill him.
What
like,
can I? Yeah, I
they
guess.
already
No,
used
no.
leaf,
The dagger ended, so now he comes back into the pathable terrain.
but they still can't hit him.
No, they can shoot another arrow.
But he doesn't have leap up. He's stuck there too. I think this might turn around for Mouse.
They've got call down.
Okay, these bats are gonna destroy him, but they're gonna have to like
Drop your call down. He doesn't want to.
Okay, resummon the familiars.
We could see a stun soon.
Oh, he's trying to feed Black Gold. Oh, and his dagger's up again.
This clowny game.
Okay.
Finally, they get him. But while that was happening, it took so long that they take a tier 2 top, and they're actually breaking.
And he already had his relic. He didn't lose that much gold. But
Did lose his Radiance.
Fnatic might try and force an issue on bottom, but they have the glyph up. They have Cinder in there to try and delay things with his arsenal of THD spells, and his tower is at full 1600 to 1600.
What a silly game. What a silly series these two teams have put together for us.
Frodo.
Now top lane, they've gone in, they found the Naga. They pick her off with the Dagon, the Taser. Fata finds the kill. Actually goes to Pos now to try and escape from here. He's got a Blink Dagger, he's got a gem. He can't afford to die now, but he can blink into the trees, and he'll TP out. Is going to live as that 5-position Rubik with the gem. Captain Bamboo was on the hunt to try and secure the gem steal, but they can't get it. Call it actually, I think, a victory for Fnatic there. Because they take a tower, they push the lane to the base.
For Mouse?
For Mouse, yeah.
Oh yeah, victory for Mouse there for
I keep
sure.
on mixing.
That's ridiculous. They're letting Mouse get away with so much. First, it's like trying to play aggressively on Fnatic during nighttime, and then we have this like T4 tower dive and like Rubik escaping over here. They're like all up in the opponent's base, and there's still T2 towers up. There's still a T1 tower up on bottom. But Mouse just like, hey, whatever, we can do whatever we want. And meanwhile, Black will still continue to try and keep farming. But now they're in a much better position to protect them. They have this ward over here, and all 5 heroes are around there in case Fnatic does decide to go for an aggressive smoke gank again. There is still the Aegis on Hani, but it doesn't really matter that much just because there aren't any huge classes. It's just small engagements here and there, and Mouse, that really plays in Mouse's favor.
And and this looks good for Mouse, is they'll group up as 4 bottom lane, and now they'll push mid with Black. So if Fnatic tries to engage, Spectre can haunt in with full HP and really look to make them pay. Hani doesn't BKB. Remember, there's a lasso here. He's going to spot out Poss. It's daytime. I think he's still seen him, though, and will be on the hunt. It looks like Mousesports, everybody TPing out now. They're buying time for Black, who is farming his Radiance.
Oh,
Arrow comes through.
Poor
Is going to
Fata.
hit Fata. Not able to phase shift dodge that one. Didn't see it coming. He never saw it coming. Now the familiar stun. And a long blast. They'll end his mega kill streak, but Black is farming.
Yeah, again, they're in this position where they have to commit 5 heroes to kill one, and like maybe they'll get a T1 out, a T2 out of it. Last time they didn't. This time they probably can because it's Fata down this time. But it's a good trade-off for Mouse too. They still get to farm the Radiance on Black while they lose his T2. He's only 300 away. He doesn't have a TP scroll, but this is not a good fight for Mouse to take anyways. There's still 1 minute on the Aegis. Pretty sure they're taking down a turn. Oh, well, they're going to engage.
There's your song. Poss has been caught. They'll get a support Rubik in exchange for a Song of the Siren and a gem. If he can't blink out, he can't. He'll go down. That's a gem that hits the deck, and that makes it a fantastic kill.
This is where you just be like, hey guys, we're going to stay like way back here because we don't want to get initiated on. They have, that's pretty much the only way they could initiate on them. And they weren't planning on defending anyways. The Spectre's not up. Fada's down and no buyback, so at best it'd be like a 4-on-5 without the Radiance. That's just not, there's no reason to take that fight for them.
Koikva still farming this mid lane, wants to draw some more TPs back, trying to avert and blunt the aggression in the bottom lane, and Radiance is now in the way for Black. So they give up some unnecessary kills, especially that last one. They give up a gem, but they do have Haunt, they've got the Radiance. For Fnatic, they have a timing window now. Diffusal Blade's coming up for Era. They'll have their Gyrocopters MKB fairly soon, assuming Trixie doesn't decide to sneak in Divine Rapier out on us. They already have the BKB on Night Stalker. He can maybe build that next item, something like an Armlet perhaps, work towards an Aghanim's. We'll have to see what he wants, but they'll have this window where they have 3 cores that are getting pretty strong, but if they miss that window and they don't win a couple of fights, that's where eventually a farmed enough Spectre is going to outcarry multiple
These
carries.
supports are just going to melt. There's no mech, there's no pipe. They're just going to get absolutely obliterated by Spectre Ultimate. It's going to take them all down to like half HP. It's going to be bad news for Fnatic.
If you're just joining us, guys, it's a 1-0 lead for Team Fnatic. It's the Corsair Summer Tour 2013. Your opening day of playoff action, Mousesports looking for a Game 2 win to force a Game 3. As for Fnatic, they want to take that series 2-0, and, well, they lead by 1,000 gold on the side of Mousesports, a 2,000 experience lead.
Fata on top
Not over
lane.
yet. And Kawa is hallucinating. Meanwhile, Fata's going to get arrowed top lane. He's dropping pretty fast. Can he blink out? He phase shifts. He looks to blink, but I don't know if he can actually find the way to escape. But blink due north. Now tries to TP, orbing to the right, and now we'll be able to TP out. And Kawa's like having an aneurysm in the other room. Anytime I recap where we are in the series, he assumes the game's over and comes sprinting over.
And again, Mouse is just doing this thing. Okay, you can try and go for 1 hero kill with all 5 of yours, and we'll just make good use out of the map. It's okay trade if Fnatic were in like the 45, 50-minute game where like one death really, really matters, and they can like force a buyback or get like a T3 out of a Rex. But at this point, they're just giving it way too much in trying to get these like 1 kills. Sure, it's Fata who has had a pretty big impact this game and who is like probably the highest level on the side of Mouse, but Spectre is an important hero here.
Yeah, as much as I like Fata's, as much as I love Puck Dagon, I've got a soft spot in my heart for it. Does it really make sense to level it up when you're looking at a lineup that has 3 heroes that often build BKB Marana? Gyro already has one, and the Night Stalker already has one as well. What does a Dagon really do? Maybe you can burst down the Naga, but something like a Scythe Device feels like it'd be much more useful. And they'll find Fly in the jungle here. Can they kill him off in time? They've got the silence. They'll pop it now. Orb comes through. Coil available. There's your Dagon. Well, that's the perfect time to use it. It's more the team fights where the question is whether or not it'll come into play.
But they're so good at avoiding team fights. That's the
true.
thing. They're just like, Mouse is exceptionally good at creating space for Black.
Now Era, Blink Lasso's there. They can find him with Paz. Now the Spectre Hunt as well. Arrow that was stolen, not going to hit. Arrow will not be able to leap away, though. He'll take a spill.
Yeah, I mean, Gyrocopter is at like two-thirds HP from this, and that's like the most farm carry on their team. And Black looks like he probably is going for Heart next. There's still a couple minutes on Aegis or Roshan.
Roshan's in a bit of trouble here. He will orb to the north, or rather to the south, and try to run, but they're hunting Cinderin. And now I think they're going to bring him down. This twin-headed dragon, not long for this world. He'll fall. Do they get more? That's the big question. Pass on the run. In comes Big Bad Hani giving chase, but the Blink Dagger for Pass, buying him time and space to retreat out. Will Fata be so lucky? He's got a blink. He chooses not to use it, and then he gets blown up. Had a second where he could have blinked away there, but just didn't use it.
And 1 minute until Roshan. Fnatic, if they get this one, I think they might be able to like at least make a push for the T3, especially with the BKBs coming up. But that was like the first time they even got to use their BKBs. That was a 10-second BKB for the Night Stalker, and like Gyrocopter didn't even use his, and that just shows you how much like Mouse has been avoiding ganks. They've had the BKBs for a while, and now that Mouse knows they have it, they're like, okay, we'll just like split around the map, farm up, wait for us to get better items, wait for Spectre to get a heart so we can outlast the BKBs, wait for perhaps the next Roshan, although I don't think that either team can take it right now. And Mouse, I mean, they have all the time in the world.
I actually think Fnatic could definitely take it. They've got Medallion, they've got an MKB now on the Gyro, and they have Riptide. Roshan's not going to last for very long.
It's hard to contest it though with a Bat Rider.
That's true.
If Fnatic gets him down to like half HP, I think they can take it down, just Song or Siren and then take it out because they don't have any BKBs on Mouse. But with the way Mouse has been playing, they're very good at knowing where exactly Fnatic is, just because they're putting out a lot of pressure on the lanes. Notice like Mal or Koikva just like taking out creeps without any creep support, and they're just like making Fnatic come. So if Fnatic doesn't come, they know they're at Roshan, and that's the good part about like quote unquote creating space for Black. And now they're smoking right before Roshan. Here it goes.
They're at Roche. There is Haunt available. Everything's online for Mousesports, but can they get there in time? Medallion's up. They don't have the Gyro here. Or rather, now they do, but they didn't have him at the start, so Roche isn't actually dropping that quickly. Medallion now used again. Arrow walking in and out of the pit, or around it rather, patrolling.
It's too late for
but this might be too late. Roche is dropping fast. The Arrow coming in. The stolen Arrow is going to hit on Hani. Now a Blink Lasso. They'll pull Arrow away. But the good news is they get the Aegis up on Trixie. Now Fata blinking forward. He'll coil on a few. The Song's there. Fly allowing them to disengage. Fnatic, will they back or will they fight? Fly got a TP out. They'll get out. They only lose the Mirana. They get an Aegis. It does cost them a BKB charge on the Night Stalker as well.
Totally worth it for them.
But worth it for Fnatic. Yeah, I agree there.
Yep. They only got Era in that fight, but Mouse will still be able to take out this T2. It's too low for them to defend. They have most of their cooldowns blown up, and I'm not actually sure whether Mouse will continue with this. They don't have the lasso for another 15 seconds. Haunt's still a very long time on cooldown, but Naga Siren's ultimate is down. That's a pretty big signal to go. And oh, wow, actually Trixie's way too stacked. My goodness, he's caught up in farm.
Yeah, he's had the MKB. Now he's up to 3k gold, and generally at this point we see the Satanic. Mousesports, they've got such great initiation. You definitely want to be able to live through that initial burst. The lasso, the coil, potentially a sight device at some point. So
Koifa looking for an opening, but not able to find one. Spectre actually goes for a Diffusal Blade instead of the Heart.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that.
I don't really feel they need more. Maybe they need more damage to deal with the Gyrocopter, but Diffusal Blade's not going to really help you there because he's got a BKB.
Yeah. I think that Black could, with a Heart, he could just haunt and just like stay in the middle of a fight and just let all his teammates just follow him. Now he has to like kind of follow in the Bat Rider and the Puck, which Bat Rider has a BKB, but he's not really a one-man show. Spectre has to play like really tentatively, and they're not really maximizing the use of Dispersion because he's not really taking any damage. He's waiting for he's just a cleanup crew right now.
And now Fnatic will try and get their other carries online a bit. Hani's going back for a Basher. Era has a Diffusal Blade of his own. It's a Dagon 4. Continues to be upgraded for Fata. I'm hoping for the E-Blade. That's where things get really fun. But for the time being, Fnatic, their BKBs are still quite healthy. It's an 8-second BKB for Hani. As for Trixie, it's a 10-second BKB. So this Dagon is not going to help them at all in fights. They'll have to continue to find pickoffs.
Mouse has been having like excellent wards. They had a ward up right here. They see 3 people of Fnatic up there will wisely back off and continue to farm other areas of the map. They have a ward over here to see if they're around a T2. So they've just been always keeping tabs on Fnatic, whether it's just been playing very aggressively and forcing them to come out, whether it's having observer wards on the opposite side of the map. They almost always know where Fnatic is, and when they're clumping up 4 or 5 men almost all the time, that's a huge advantage for your farmers.
Mousesports, 4 heroes grouped up in the top lane. While that's happening, Black farming the other side of the map. He's pretty much playing in the dark right now. Just the Observer Ward mid lane for him. But they see a few Fnatic heroes top, so they know Fnatic want to take this tier 1. Batrider in position, Quakefoot with a BKB. He fireflies in the arrow. Will scout him out, I believe, but does he look to jump? He does. He jumps in, but unfortunately gets voided. He doesn't BKB, and now he does, but unfortunately he's on the back foot. Trixie giving chase. Pop this BKB. This, Gyro's angry. They've managed to lasso Hani, but Hani barely even taking damage. He's completely isolated in the trees in no man's land, but Quakefoot's going to clear him a path to get out. Unfortunately, there's 5 heroes here. And Fnatic choose not to engage. They had Song of the Siren there.
Hani was so far out.
He got pulled like a billion miles. Trixie, no BKB anymore. Now taking all kinds of nuke damage. Fata's going to blow up a few. That's 3 hitting the deck. They do have an Aegis now fly, disengaging with the song. They'll grab the gem, and they'll get the hell out. This fight is over. Fnatic forced, tail tucked between their legs to retreat out. They didn't even get the tier 1. They're not done yet, though. They're still hunting Trixie. And I think with phase drums, they'll be able to escape a parting zap from Fata.
Yeah, no TP calling him.
So I thought they maybe could have Naga netted the Batrider because he didn't get his Force Staff off right away.
I think that would have. I think they like probably expected him to pop BKB and then just Force Staff away, but that he popped BKB a little bit late. I thought they had a small window, but that was like around right here. He went like over here into the trees, and then like Hani got lassoed right around here in this X, and then just got dragged all the way down. So he was pretty much fighting at the T1 or at the T2 when his 4 other team members were at the T1. Power Batrider though.
Yeah, that's the thing is that's why it's even though he doesn't have that much AoE, he's one of the hardest heroes in the games to push against precisely because of that. And they don't have a great way to deal with him. There's no roar. There's the Naga net. It's not the longest range spell. It's decent, but it's not an Ags Beastmaster. And the other thing is that this Naga doesn't want to stay in the front. If she does and she gets caught, then that's their ability to disengage for a team fight out the window. So Fly being forced to sit back, unable.
Oh, they're baiting out Trixie.
But do they have enough follow-up? Fata's here. Who am I kidding? Yes, they do. With the Dagon, the gem's going to hit the deck. However, the arrow hits Quakefoot. He's on the run. Fata will skirt in, grabs the gem and gets out. Says, see ya. Batrider, you're done. Now Hani pops his BKB, marching forward. Spectral Haunt is here. Can they do the damage? Synderen still running. It looks like Hani will be able to bring him down. On the other side of the fight, Fnatic, no tail, on the run. In the end, Black not choosing to haunt in. He doesn't reality. Now he's left his team to their own devices. Posh jumping down to the river, tries to TP out. No familiar stuns available. He will not be able to escape. Too much damage. The gem changing sides multiple times. Both gems being passed around like hotcakes.
Yeah, Black is just really scared of TP, and I think partly has to do with his diffusal build. He has 2,200 gold right now, but he needs to be up there in tank. If you want to go all out damage on a hero, that's when you pick someone like Gyrocopter or someone who doesn't have any defensive capabilities. But one really strong suit of Spectre is his dispersion. If you just go HP, you do a ton of damage and you can tank for your team, which is a really big deal. But unable to choose to haunt in, I think if he does haunt in, they can win a team fight.
Now this is where Fnatic need their extra. They need more items. Trixie really needs a Satanic so he can live through the lasso, the puck zapping him with...
He got bursted down from almost 100% to 0.
Yeah, he needs that. He needs the Reaver. He needs the Satanic very badly. Mirana needs a BKB, else she's just total food for all the burst damage, all the nuke damage from Mouse. And your Night Stalker for Hani picks up a Basher, then goes back for Helm of the Dominator, going for kind of that semi-carry role. But, I mean, if you want to out-carry a Spectre as Night Stalker, you need a lot more items than this.
Yeah. He indeed does, but maybe with the next Aegis and the Roshan, they can take another fight. I think this will be the cheese too.
Yeah, we'll see if they can actually take Roche. Both sides have their advantages there. Mouse, the better kind of vision and kiting potential around the pit. Fnatic, just the better 5-man squad grouped up in general, assuming they get off a good call down, which has been a bit lacking in some of these fights. It's hard for Trixie to land it. So now Fnatic defending the mid lane, just farming towards their next items. Well, there you go. Now they have a Blink Dagger on Fly. I did feel they needed something extra, some way to really start the fight.
That's an interesting choice.
You know, you can blink after Batrider and net him, ensuring that he doesn't get off a really long lasso pull. You can blink sleep. Maybe it'll work. Very unusual, though.
Very unusual indeed. And I think the Spectre really has to be vigilant about when he uses Haunt now, because if he uses it during Song of the Siren, there goes like a few thousand damage, I'd say. So he should either use it like while Naga's disabled, either through a lasso or through a puck silence, or just use it after Song of Siren so he does not overlap it with that sleep.
Mousesports will leave Black to farm in their own Radiant jungle while they smoke up as 4 and head towards the Dire Ancients. Maybe looking to prep for the next Roshan, placing some wards perhaps, hunting for kills. They're not going to find any yet, but they are gaining some decent footing They're now at the Dire Secret Shop. Fnatic grouped up on their own. 5 heroes, top side of the map. Black, he's got Reaver Gold, not buying it yet, saving for buyback for the time being. And we'll see if there's an engagement, but for the time being, it looks like Mouse, they'll get the better trade here. They're pushing tier 2, and Fnatic only looking at a tier 1 top.
Yeah, and Fnatic's going to definitely have to retreat after this, but I think that Mouse has to be sure not to extend too far just because they can't let Fnatic just sneak in another roach. I think that if they actually went in and contested it, they could actually fight, but without having knowledge of it and Fnatic just taking out way too fast with that medallion, then it's just way too big an advantage for Fnatic.
Koikfa hiding in the trees. Firefly will blink in once again, gets the jump. This time it's on Hani. Puck TPing in. The Dagon's there, not using it yet. Now the BKB comes out for Hani. The disengage, the Song of the Siren is comboed up, and they're all TPing out. They're not actually looking to fight here. Everybody's going to escape as far as the carries go. The supports, utility heroes won't be so lucky. No tail trap, another zap, another kill, 2 fall. I thought that was their time to fight. Calldown was there on 3 or 4. They got off the BKBs on the gyro as well as the Night Stalker, and then they just ran.
Yeah,
I mean, when are they gonna find a better fight? I just don't see it.
I think it was just a really bad idea for them to push. It's a so Fnatic was pushing the T1, Mouse is pushing the T2. So next up is obviously T3 for Mouse and then T2 for Fnatic. But you can't make that trade. So Fnatic was just caught in between. What do you like to say? Rock and a hard place right there. If they choose to go for the T2, then if they choose to go for the T2, they're going to get picked off by Batrider and whatever else.
Another initiation. We've seen this movie before, and we know how it ends. Eric gets caught out mid. Hani unable to get out. His BKB coin down for 5 seconds time. It's 3 dead. It could soon be 4. Hani probably going to fall to this Urge Charge. He's dropping low. He BKBs and continues to run. And he will end up being able to escape. But they force out a buyback from Rana. They now have a Shiva's Guard on their Batrider. God, this bat is stacked.
And Heart on Black.
Yeah, their 3 most important heroes, the Bat, the Puck, and the Spectre, are all nearly as farmed as the enemy Gyro. And you really see Night Stalker, Miranda. These are heroes that have to continue to snowball, else they just do not offer you the kind of impact that Mouse's cores do in the mid game and the late game.
Yeah, and all the carries on the side of Fnatic are forced to get HODs so that they can live through Spectre Dispersion. He's at, what, 2,500 HP right now with 22%. Just Dispersion alone, if they kill him, is 500 damage. That's not including the Radiance Burn, not including Desolate damage, the dagger damage, the right clicks, and it can definitely outlast their BKBs. BKBs is not a sufficient solution versus a Spectre.
And what we're also seeing is that BKBs don't help you against Batrider, because he keeps on getting the jump on them, and they don't get to use the BKB, and then they die during the duration of the last.
Yeah, we see a lot of players try and get Lincolns. I think Lincolns is sometimes a pretty good option for Batrider. Good Batriders will just blink and then force staff you, so you pop your Lincolns and then lasso, but it's still better than getting
Here's your Roshan engagement. The Haunt's in. Now with Song of the Siren trying to buy time for them to finish off the Roche. Roche dropping low, the big boy. Is he going to fall? Song's about to end. Roche still alive. Blinking forward is quick, but is he going to snipe it? He's popped the Shibas. Hani snatches the Aegis, but the kill for the Roche goes to the Radiant, and it's just a massacre in the pit.
Wow.
Hani to fall. 4 heroes biting the dust.
Is that a rage quit or
a triple disconnect from Team Fnatic? They've been having their connection issues today. I don't think it's a rage quit, but I don't think it mattered if they were in this game. They were about to get slaughtered anyway.
This fight is so ugly for them.
Yeah, you're fighting in the pit against Coil, against massive macro pyre damage, Ice Path
Yeah,
as
there's
well.
just so much fire there.
The entire Song of the Siren duration was used just to try and get Roche. Then Mouse get the Roche kill. The Aegis goes to Fnatic, but...
And that's with Haunt going off during the Song of the Siren, too. Imagine if it had gone off after, it would just be... I mean, this is pretty utter devastation, but
this
was
was probably GG, I think. It's going to be hard for Fnatic. I mean, they'll reconnect now. They'll try and fight it out, but when they get back in the game, they may just see how this fight's progressing.
Who picked up the Aegis?
It was one of the Fnatic players, and they promptly used it, I believe.
Oh, okay, well, it looks like...
It's the Night Stalker.
Night Stalker's about to die again. What are you going to do? 1v...
Look at this Raging Inferno
1v5.
that he's coming back into. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best.
Firefly and Macropyre, and I mean they're just all clumped up right there, and that's like the perfect place for Puck and for THD to do their thing. And Naga Siren, usually Queen of Roshan, but not versus this lineup, not versus Batrider.
Batrider's the king. Naga's more the princess.
Princess.
She's got to answer to Daddy though. Daddy Batrider.
Batrider, what a hero! Mouse has been
Why
playing
would you give this hero away?
Well.
They had the
I don't
chance to ban it. They banned
Keeper
the Light
and Lone Druid.
I will never understand teams giving Batrider away.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's
even
like
if they win,
overconfidence or
even if they win, you could have won. If you can win against Batrider, you can definitely win not against him.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to practice for something.
That's true.
But, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Quakefa has a lasso up. Nightstalker coming back in the pit, and well, Hani will try to run, but gets purged. See ya, Hani. 80 seconds in on his death timer. Now Fly trying to run, but Quakefa giving chase. Lasso was already used for this. Fly, no Song of the Siren, no way out. He'll pop his mirror image. It won't even matter. Mousesports just overrunning Fnatic. It'll force out a double buyback, but Black has
triple
cheese,
buyback.
Triple buyback. I think Mouse could still even go if they wanted to.
Yeah, I think they could just definitely go. Mouse or Black just go in, cheese it up. That's just so much dispersion damage, too much Spectre to burn through.
So it looks like Mouse may be taking game 2, in which case we head to a game 3, and I think both teams have just had their good games and their bad games in this series, and this game was some fantastic solo play. Batrider with 19k net worth, that's just insane.
Yeah, I think MVPs for this game, assuming Mouse
and the
win.
Puck,
Yeah,
13.
Puck and Batrider for sure. Puck just dominating Hani in middle, and that counter gank on bottom with the TP scroll. He just made so much stuff happen around the map. He died a couple of times, like playing super aggressively, trying to push out the lanes and being up here. But for the most part, he did his job. He caused a lot of trouble for Fnatic. He and Quakefa picked off a lot of solo kills, that Dagon paying off for him, and just creating so much space. That's exactly what the mid player should do. Create space for Spectre to come back. He didn't have an easy early game at all. He was 0-2. He had like poor man shield and boots like 8 minutes in, but being able to come back spectacularly due to his teammates.
And unfortunately, Fnatic just some questionable fight selections. Diving the tier 1 bottom when Puck had already snowballed mid, killed the enemy courier, was level 7, and was off the map. Diving, I mean, they didn't dive to the tower, but even just diving in this area is just not a good idea.
And the lack of coordination with Song of the Siren and Call It Out. I think we saw that like both of them hit at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, in theory, those two work great together, but in practice, if you mistime it, then it can end up hurting you quite a bit. Great play for Mousesports, and, well, Fnatic, just a few miscues here and there. But the fun thing for me is now we're going to see an E-Blade for Fata. He's got his Ghost Scepter. He only needs 300 gold. He can sell his bottle and have it now. And let the fun begin. This is going to be a
Dagon 5.
Actually works decently with the Spectre. You'll get a lot of damage from that dispersion as well as the Radiance.
It's great versus Naga, too. You can get rid of that net, and you can just like burst her down before she can pop her thing. She doesn't have any Manta style, no diffusal or anything to purge silence off. And
you know, Shotgun Puck, I bet you can count on one hand the number of times this has actually been done in a top tier competitive match, because Puck is a decent farmer, but it's not really a great farmer. And this hero lives on being in the middle of the fight, so tends to die quite a bit.
Sheep, still pretty useful. That's a stable build for Fata, but Fata making use of this Dagon.
There's your Eagle Song. Here we go. Forget about Black. Forget about this Spectre, who's now a massive beast. Forget about your Batrider, who's 6-slotted. For me, it's just all about Fata on that E-Blade Puck. E-Blade Dagon. Here we go.
Oh, and Invis.
Arrow to fly by Arrow. It's going to connect on... I thought it connected on Black there. Nope, looks like it did. Now the missile comes out. Blink in, though. Once again, they've gotten the initiation from Quakefoot. Didn't even need to BKB. Solon is there, however, and it will buy them a bit of time. Black fighting the Solon. The E-Blade's on the way. It won't be here for the start of this fight. Calldown comes in. Black just blowing up Fly. He, however, is taking quite a bit of damage. He's got cheese. Will he pop it? He pops the cheese now. He has Haunt. Even if he dies, he can buy back and Haunt back in. Nope, he'll Haunt now, and the chase is on. And Fnatic are just being driven back, herded like cattle. GG is there. Fata never even got to use this beautiful, beautiful E-Blade.
And that's the risk of running a very aggressive lineup. You have to find the kills early game. You can't trade evenly. I think the score was 9-9 at one point. If you have this like almost 5-man aggressive mid sort of game lineup and you fall behind, you know what's going to happen late game. I think that Fnatic held on quite nicely, but I also thought that Black probably could have like joined fights a little bit earlier and just end the game sooner. But regardless, Mouse playing it pretty safe, doing a great job of 4v5ing for most of the game while Black catches up in farm, and Fnatic just not executing their strategy.
Yeah,
well.
And there were those miscues. The tower dives, the Song of the Siren and Call Down being overlapping each other. The Courier getting killed early really cost them, because Nightstalker, I wouldn't say he loses horribly to Puck, but should have a disadvantage there. And then if you don't have your bottle for 3 minutes, that hurts.
It just exacerbates it by that much. That's tough.
So we're going to head into game 3 now, tied up 1-1. Any predictions on who's going to take it?
I think if they have like a even draft, if Fnatic doesn't go like super risky one, I think they can take it. But if they go something risky like this, Mouse is really good at punishing risky playstyles.
Yeah, Mouse, I wouldn't say they're an Asian team by any means, but they're more of like that, good at punishing their opponent's mistakes and kind of controlling the tempo, playing it slow and stable.
They're good at
let
exploiting.
Black get farmed. then you
Exploiting weaknesses.
Yes.
They exploited Hani so badly.
surgical.
They exploited the not Bat Rider ban, or not banning Bat too. Why would you do that? Please ban Bat.
What a hero.
Fnatic.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up game number 2. It's now 1-1. Fnatic and Mouse is going the distance. It's the Corsair Summer Tour 2013. Head over to gc.corsair.com and enter for your chance to win Dota TV tickets as well as a computer. It's a pretty stacked computer as well. I'm LD. He's Merlini. We're going to take a quick break.
What is computer?
What is computer?
You were like,
I was searching for the words. We'll come back. We'll be live with game 3. See you soon.